Hello and welcome to Joburg Today. My name is Dumi Tlapo, bringing you the best of what's going down in and around Johannesburg. The National Small Business Chamber held its annual summit last week, and this is what they had in store for us.
The largest entrepreneurial event in Africa was held over 2 days in February this year, attracting thousands of eager potential entrepreneurs. The NSBC summit aims to assist attendees to do better business.
This is perhaps one of the most inspiring entrepreneur summits being held on the continent. It is rich in advice, especially against a rather gloomy economic outlook facing emerging economies as a whole and South Africa in particular due to its own domestic challenges. It makes sense why some business experts say the best time to start your own business is during an economic downturn. That's because people may be desperate to create an income stream for themselves, and attending an event like this is awesome because you get to capitalize on the ideas here and to capitalize on the advice coming through from experts.
Well, you see, no matter who you are, you can start your own business. It takes from within. If you love what you do, if you soar with the eagles that fly high, if you never take no for an answer, if you keep moving, you never give up, you'll always arrive at where you want to be, no matter what's happening out there in the economy or whatever it may be. If who you are, and if you really want that, if you want it bad enough, no matter what's happening out there, you can start your own business. And if you look at most of the world's greatest entrepreneurs, they've all started in bad times. So it is the ultimate time to start a business.
Mike is also an entrepreneur who speaks from a position of experience. He says he knows just how tough it is to get a business up and going.
Right from the beginning, we had one vision. If we could help one small business in one small way, that would be our agenda. We never realized that 9 years later we'd have 127,000 small businesses who are members of our organization, and now the fastest growing organization of its kind in the world. And what we do all the time is that we give SMEs that extra edge to stay in business and to grow that business. And of course help the many not to go out of business. All the legendary entrepreneurs who've gone from zero to hero have started with little or no money. So our mission in life is to educate the nation to think beyond a job, to change their mindset, and to promote entrepreneurship as a viable career option so that they become the job creators as opposed to the job seekers.
An important conversation being had is that of creating a digital presence on the internet.
Here is one local business that is focusing on this area, and as you can see, people are lining up to find out more.
The first thing you do is literally, if you hear about something or you want to go see a show or you want food, or personally myself, the first thing you do is get on your phone and get on the internet and search for it. So I guess if people are looking for things in your sphere and you're not online, you're invisible. It's basically like you don't exist. Business directories just don't cut it anymore. I mean, online business directories are you're at least getting there, but I mean, there's nothing like having your own presence out there.
One of the biggest challenges facing startup businesses is securing capital. We chatted to FinFind to find out how they are assisting small businesses.
FinFind has a database of lenders who we link entrepreneurs to. So where most entrepreneurs will get tired of going to lenders who don't lend to them, we can link them to lenders immediately who match their criteria. So we help entrepreneurs find finance quickly and not get what we call deal fatigue from knocking around with lenders who aren't interested in their criteria. We're the only platform in the country that has both government lending products and private products. We've got the largest database of lenders in the country, so I believe we're truly the only one-stop shop for small business lending, and all we do is link the lender to the small business.
Now here's an inspiring business that started out as a charity organization and moved away from that to become a successful SME. The Little Green Number is now a growing brand in South Africa.
In 2012, it was started as a charity called Waste to Wow, but then we thought the charity mentality thing does not work, and we turned it into a business. That's where Little Green Number comes in. And we have trained a number of ladies. Probably 2014, we trained about 5 ladies to join our team, and since then we've been growing. We have now a staff total of about 10 people working for Little Green Number. That's including pre-production, 2 machinists and admin people as well. So growing wise, yes, we are growing, definitely.
A record number of delegates signed up to attend this year's event. Some of them came all the way from Ghana, Mauritius, Kenya, Tanzania and Nigeria. Nashina Mohammed for Joburg Today.
How is it? This is Dominic Oliver, and you're watching Joburg Today.
Like us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. Sage Technologies has identified the need for more African businesses to connect with one another to support and grow the intra-African trade. The company has linked itself to the Buy African campaign, which recently launched in Johannesburg.
We're excited about Buy African because it obviously ties into our strategy for Africa, which is to go into Africa and empower the small businesses as much as we can, and also get involved with the people that have the passion or share the same passion with us in terms of being able to provide solutions to the small businesses that are out there, to the entrepreneurs that are out there that need those sort of services.
Sure, it's about connecting entrepreneurs, it's about connecting African businesses to each other. Please share with us Sage Technologies' challenges in reaching the rest of the African market. From what I understand, you are positioned in Southern Africa, East Africa, and West Africa. Mm-hmm. What are the challenges for African businesses like yours to connect with other African businesses, to open up your market share?
So I think the challenge mostly is with regards to reach. You don't always have the reach to be able to get to all the countries or the businesses that are out there. So we've embarked heavily on accessing our clients through the digital platform. So we also encourage our clients and to empower businesses to also have a digital footprint through websites so that more people can connect, because obviously previously people could connect through print media, through TV and things like that. But there's a lot of traffic that goes through social media, through websites. You know, people do a lot of Googling these days and they rely on that. So we want to connect with those people as much as possible using those platforms. We do have offices in South Africa, in Nigeria, and in Kenya as well. And partnering with Buy Africa is good for us because they also have country managers in more countries than we do. So there's at least people on the ground that can help in terms of reaching more people and advising them about what's out there, just to make their lives easier.
Fantastic. And what do you think of the current state of connectivity you're experiencing as an African business via the internet? Why is that not enough?
Well, look, connectivity differs based on where you are, and we've also taken that into account when we roll out our solutions. So specifically in the space that I'm in, which is the startup space, we do have desktop products and we do have online products. The reason for that is that connectivity is not always the same. So we benefit of fairly decent connectivity here in South Africa. Kenya is also doing well in terms of connectivity. It's actually become one of the technology hubs of Africa. Nigeria is also doing okay. Some of the SADC countries are sort of here and there. It's not always available, or due to power interruptions, it's not always consistent. So we sort of give that platform in terms of options, in terms of desktop as well as online solutions that can give that solution. Because at least, even if you're not able to process on the internet or be live on the internet, your website should be up. Someone who is looking for something that you do should be able to pick up your details, even if you can't do other things. So that's why for us, an online presence is key, and also just giving people the ability to choose based on what infrastructure they have or the capacity they have from an infrastructure perspective.
Africa is home to a lot of international brands, whether it's in the ICT sector or other services sector. They also regard themselves as Africans. Is this whole venture with Buy African, what comes up is it anti-international brands? Is it just for the spawned African brands, or does it include the international brands as well that see themselves as totally African?
So I don't think it's...
Is this about exclusion?
It's not about exclusion. The main focus is to promote inter-Africa trade, the trade within the African countries. The reason for that is that most people have tended to get a lot of their products through Europe or the different markets as well. But there's a lot more that we can actually harness or get available to us on the continent. So, you know, foreign players, to my understanding, are welcome. From a Sage perspective, we are actually a global company. We're headquartered in the United Kingdom. But where we come in is that we develop and distribute all our African solutions through our South African office. So we benefit of the global footprint. but we also understand the African market and we're able to provide for it. So with the Buy Africa initiative or the partnering, it's not to exclude any of the other European countries or anybody who wants to get involved. I think it's more really about promoting trade and empowering the people that actually engage in that trade on the continent to say this is what's available and that's what's available. So it's not exclusive. To my knowledge, it's also not political as well. It's really about promoting inter-Africa trade and raising the awareness of what's available.
That's all for today. For more on the city, do check out our playlist. From myself, Dumi Tlapo, and the Joburg Today crew, it's goodbye.